23. Hi everybody. 23. nap. Puller nap. Első találkozás a pullerrel. Majd beszélek a pullerről. I'm gonna speak to you about the puller. But right now, I'm just gonna get him to just let me hang out with the puller and him. There you go. There you go. Super. Nagyon ügyes vagy. And he leaves. Bundi, gyere! Gyerünk! Gyerünk, gyerünk, gyerünk! Gyerünk, gyerünk, gyerünk! Az az! Az az! Gyerünk csak! So I have his food outside of the fence, quite a ways away, but he does know it's there. And so what he needs to realize today, that he has to interact with me in order to make that food come through that gate. And that might take a little bit. So if he takes very long, I will just talk to you about the puller. But when he comes back, I have to switch and play with him. So this is called a dog puller. And it's an interactive training device that looks like a toy. And it is playful, but it's not a toy. And it's not like any other device ever invented in this planet Earth. I have not seen anything similar to it in 35 years. I've been working with the puller for 3.5 years. I found it in the Budapest World Dog Show. My husband found it. He's the one who told me, you really need to talk to these guys, they're onto something. And so I listened to him, and I went and spoke with the company. And I took my clothes out of my suitcase, I put pullers in my suitcase, and I went back to Canada and I worked it. Now, many things have passed by since, and I'm not going to talk about that right now, but the puller is actually a dog sport, but more than anything, it is an interactive, motivating, communicational device that helps build fitness, mental, physical endurance. It helps coordination, agility, stamina, and an overall well-being of dog and owner. That's what these things can do, these two things. The puller comes in a set, it's two. It's based on boxing. You need 2 boxing gloves to box. You need 2 hands to be effective. And you diffuse conflict if you don't just play with one toy. Yes, dogs can learn to out on command, they can learn to work on one toy, but the point of it is that I'm never competing with my dog. So here he is, he finally showed up. And I'm gonna stand up because he likes my hat, so I'm not gonna let him have my hat. Wendy. Nagyon ügyes vagy. Okay, and here he goes. He did the same thing yesterday, but see if I can convince him to come back to me, because he plays with the one, but I'm gonna let him have this one, and I'll be right back. Nagyon ügyes vagy. Super. Awesome. Excellent. Excellent. So this is a super introduction to the puller. Nothing, you don't want to push the dog too much. You want him to have fun. It doesn't matter what he does right now. Woody. So I'm going to try now attract him. Same thing I did with the alcohol boy yesterday. This might be all of our interaction with the puller today. But the point of it is, if the dog can put it in his mouth, the dog can communicate with it. Any dog that eats will work on the puller. There's lots of arguments about, or debates about, oh no, it's not for every dog. Yes, it is. It is for every dog. It might take you years before you can get this dog to turn. But it's not true that it's not for every dog. That's all my point. And this is a very particular material. Obviously, we're waiting for Bundáš to show up again. It's made up of leather, elastic, rubber, and fabric. It is a patent pending material. Obviously, I don't know exactly what's in it and how they process it. The point of it is it's very light. It's very, very light. It's really easy to use it on any dog. There's 4 different sizes. I'm using the standard puller right now. And equally, your hand is always in the same distance from the dog's mouth. This is why you should always have the dog on one side and your hand on the other side, okay? Not like this, not like this. You should always shift so that you're always facing the dog's mouth. I don't really want to get into more of the puller at the moment. This is not the purpose of this video. Just so you understand, this is a 8-year-old unneutered rehomed Caucasian Shepherd dog, and he does have a very playful nature, obviously, because otherwise he wouldn't do anything with me. And he was showing interest. This is all I got from him. He's already at the gate laying down. He said he had enough. So I can make one more attempt to try and get him back here and see if he does it. But if not, that would be our puller introduction. I would say it was a roaring success because it's baby steps how you teach puller. Some dogs won't even touch it, won't even sniff it, won't even look at it. And this is basically the idea of how to get the dog to do some tugging, work with its mouth, and providing him with mental, physical, and emotional exercise. Bundi! Bundi, gyere! Gyere! Gyerünk csak! So I'm gonna try to get up and see if he'll work with me. Gyere! Gyere csak ide! Azaz! Gyere, gyere, gyere! Gyere! Azaz! Futás! Azaz! Gyerünk, gyerünk, gyerünk! So you paint the picture of the fun that's gonna happen. Gyerünk! Azaz! Nagyon ügyes! Nagyon ügyes! Gyerünk csak! Szuper! Gyere! Jó van! So I will let him hide a little